I'm in one of our efficiency units here in a turnaround project that we are doing right now in a 26 unit building. This is one of the efficiency units. As you can see, the bedroom is in the middle of the living room here. We've got our quote unquote kitchen in the back closet here, and we've got a bathroom here. And that's pretty much the whole footprint of this efficiency unit. So this building has about 12 efficiency units, and then the rest of the 26 units, the other 14, are made up of 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom townhomes. So this is pre-renovation. We got 3 levers that we're pulling for value add on this project. Number 1 is renovations. Obviously, you can see this is not set up very well for a tenant to live in on a 12-month lease. There's no stove in there. They've only got a microwave. There's no dishwasher. Fridge would be out here in the hallway. So really not set up that well for a long-term lease, which is what we really need to kind of get into the second lever, which is the efficiencies of the leasing process in our leases. So we're really digging into the efficiencies of our leases. Before we took over, the owners are running this as like a midterm, short-term rental type deal because it's more set up like a bed and breakfast hotel. But that does a lot of things to your balance sheet and your income statement. You might get more per month doing it that way, but you're also going to have a lot more turnover. You're going to have a lot more vacancies when people aren't in here. And you are also going to have a lot more expenses because you are going to be responsible for your own utilities. That's something that you can't pass off in those types of leasing situations. So that brings us to value lever number 3. Value lever number 3 is utility bill backs. So right now, the way that these are set up, there's a 2-bedroom townhouse above and these efficiencies are below, and there's only 1 meter below and above for water and for electricity. So we are going to show you how we're going to make the tenants' responsibilities for their own usage in each unit. Got some things set up like this that we're going to put on water heaters that we can read what the usage is and bill those back to the tenants, and that's going to save the owner a ton of money at the end of the day. We're going to get income up, we're going to get vacancies down, we're going to get expenses down, and that's going to cause a huge gap and increase in the net operating income. So let me show you what this place is all about. As you can see in this one, completely different feel. So that first value add lever was the renovation piece. Just putting some paint on the walls, some LVP flooring. We really opened up this kitchen area so we can put a stove, a proper microwave, proper refrigerator in the space, which really opens it up for, you be able to use put a bed in here with an actual living room. If you notice, we took that big closet that was taking up a lot of space right here, and we pushed it into that nook space. So that little cubby that wasn't being used for anything was taking up space. Now it's the closet, and now we have a wide open kitchen that we're able to reuse and make more conducive to a 12-month lease. So that was value add lever number 1. Number 2 is the efficiencies of the lease. So now that we have an open space like this and someone can actually cook in their unit, they've got a refrigerator, full-size refrigerator. They can store food and freezer for frozen goods, and a microwave and a sink. No dishwashers in these, but you can hand wash dishes if there's only one person in them. But that makes it a lot easier to require a 12-month lease on move-in. What that does is decreases the vacancies and the cost that it took to turn these over when we were doing month-to-month or midterm, short-term leases, things like that. On top of that, which brings us into value add lever number 3, it allows us to make the tenant responsible for the utilities that they pay in the units, which drastically decreases the expenses for the owners. And I'm going to show you right now how we did that and some of the tools that we're using in order to bill that stuff back to the tenant. So with that third lever that we were talking about, making the utilities more efficient and making sure that we can bill those back to the tenant, we had to have some way of being able to measure that. With these properties, they were only metered per existing floor. So, the downstairs efficiencies are on the same meter as the 2-bedroom townhomes that are upstairs. So we had to have a way to separate that. And the easiest way to do that for the water was these little water heater meters. These things, this one hasn't been installed yet, but essentially what you do is you'll hook it up to the water heater down here, and any usage that goes through that, it'll register on the meter and send a Wi-Fi signal back to our office so we can see, okay, based on the bill, this is how much usage the efficiency unit is using. This is how much usage the 2-bedroom unit is using, and we can bill back that way. Now with the electricity, there's not necessarily anything that simple to be able to add to the electric unit, but we're doing a percentage of the square footage build back. So the people with the 2-bedroom unit are getting maybe 70% of the bill. Person in the efficiency is getting 30% of the bill. It's not a perfect science, but in these situations, it's fair enough to get tenants to be responsible for those. And we can, use that as a way to take the burden off of the owners and increase that NOI pretty drastically. So we will be going through each unit, putting these water heater meter readers in here, and it'll make things a lot easier. So if you're a multifamily owner of between 6 to 100 units and you're still dealing with vacancies, maintenance is stacking up, or you still haven't been able to get rents or your income where they should be, that's exactly the kind of stuff that Haven fixes. We've been pulling value add levers like this for clients and increasing their NOI per year by up to $100,000 or more. So if you're ready to stop the bleeding, get your building back on track, hit the link below or just shoot me a DM. We'll talk through what a turnaround plan could look like for your property, and we've even got the team and the track record to execute.